They wanna know about Islam, we'll give them da'wah. They wanna know what a Muslim does, we'll give them da'wah. When they wanna hate on our deen, we'll give them da'wah. Who's the one and only? Nobody but Allah.
It says they're separate.
No.
Do you know that?
No.
You're going against the creed.
No, they don't. They say that there is three co-essential.
You know,
Co-essential.
No.
Co-essential.
You know what they
Meaning
say?
they're not separate.
Listen.
They're distinct, but yet they're one.
Okay, if they're
That is the-
distinct,
that is the
wait.
creed.
If they're distinct, if they're distinct, yes. If they're distinct means what?
Let me make sense to you.
When we talk about distinction,
Yeah.
that means there's a difference. There might be, listen, regardless if you're saying they're all one
It
substance,
could be different, but it's
By
not
the way,
separate.
regardless if you're saying they're all one
He
substance,
said,
there's still different.
let's not even go there.
Let me give you an example.
No,
Let me give you an
we give you a
example.
minute. We
Wait.
give you a minute. Kalam,
No,
we give you a minute.
You
Now
didn't
give
me
us a minute.
Go
Give
ahead.
us a minute.
Go ahead.
So basically, you mentioned John 1:1.
Yep.
You mentioned about John 17:3,
Spirit.
where it says about the Father being the only true God, and then you mentioned about the Holy Spirit. If you blaspheme against Him, that means you blaspheme God. Am I right?
Correct.
So you identified 3 different locations. You know. But
different-
do you remember?
locations.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, locations in 3 different places in the Bible.
Would
Do you remember what was my question?
Yeah, and I answered.
What was my question?
You asked me a question about the one true God or something.
No, you didn't even remember the question. That means you're not listening.
You asked
You're
me,
looking for an answer,
Jesus,
but you're not
Jesus said that there is only one true God.
Okay, so my question, once again, I repeat.
John 17. Let me just bring it up. Sorry,
John
but
17, 3 and 4.
Go ahead, carry on.
The question that I asked you was very simple. Based on Jesus, when he was a man on earth, yeah, remember you said the word became flesh? Yes? So this word which you believe to be God became flesh, that means he became a human being. Now Jesus on earth, according to the Christians, is a perfect role model. So whatever he says is the perfect thing. So when Jesus himself acknowledges that the one true God is the Father, what does it say about anyone who says other than that? You see what I mean? So either you are right or Jesus is right, because you both are saying the opposite. You're saying the Trinity is the right one. Jesus is saying the Unitarian belief in the one true God, meaning the Father, is the right one. You cannot both be right because they are mutually exclusive. So what I'm saying is that, do you believe what Jesus says about the Father being the only and the one true God in John 17:3? Or should I believe the church fathers who brought up this 4th century doctrine, the creed, which says the Father is fully God, the Son is fully God, the Holy Spirit is fully God, they are not 3 gods but 1 God. Yes? And the Father is not the Son, which shows that they're distinct. That means they are not they are both different. The Father is not the Son and the Son is not the Holy Spirit. Now this is a creed which was developed in the 4th century. However, should we believe the church fathers who came for nearly 350 years after Jesus, or should we believe the best role model for the Christians, i.e. the Messiah, Jesus Christ? He says very clearly, you the only one true God and Jesus Christ whom you sent. He makes a clear distinction between himself and the one that he worships, i.e., no, that's in the New Testament, John 17. John 17 is the New Testament. And he says that Jesus Christ and Jesus Christ himself. So he considers himself as a Christ, and he considers the Father as the one true God. Now there is no ifs and buts about it. You can go all over the Bible, try to dig up the Trinity anywhere you want, because to me, ultimately, the Trinity is not that you identify the Father in one passage, the Holy Spirit in one passage, and Jesus in one passage, individually being God. The Trinity doesn't mean 3. It means the 3 as one unit, as a unity. Now, if you can show me in the Bible where these 3 are one, yes, then yes, I can say you got a point. So unless you show me a verse in the Bible where it says the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. By the way, this was in 1 John 5:7, which ultimately was basically identified as a forgery. Yes, 1 John 5:7 is considered a forgery. It's been removed from all the Bibles that the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, the 3 are one. The NIV scholars, they wrote in the footnote that this was not found in any manuscript, any Greek manuscript before the 14th century. What does that tell us? That after the 14th century, this was infiltrated in the Bible. Yes, it's something which is a forgery in the Bible, and that has now been removed. All the modern Bibles that you read today, they have removed this verse and they've replaced it with something else, which is not the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit are one. So the only verse that they have which clearly identified the Trinity in the Bible has been now identified by the Christian scholars, not the Muslims by the way, as a forgery. So now you are left with either believing in the 4th century doctrine, or you believe in the statement of Jesus, who clearly stated that the only true God, that the one true God is who? The Father. And Jesus Christ is the one that He sent. Okay.
Right.
So now you either show me that the 3 are one, because you have showed me the 3. That's fine. Okay. I give you that. You showed me the 3, but that 3 doesn't mean Trinity.
I would
You have to
argue
show
he
them.
hasn't shown the
Yeah.
3 though. I would argue he still hasn't shown.
Let's just give him the benefit of the doubt. Yes. For the sake of argument.
So, well, let's see how we, for those people who don't know that I've actually shown the 3 already, right? Is that we made mention already in John 1:1, in the beginning was the Word, right? And we can identify that. That says right at the beginning that the Word is God, right? That's one part of the Trinity, okay? You also made mention of 17, John 17, right? The Father, the monad, right, is God, right? So
You're going to repeat yourself again the same thing.
I have to because the camera's just come. This camera's just come on, and he's saying I haven't
If he's
shown
going to
it.
repeat himself after I've given him everything.
No, unfortunately, because he said it and the camera may
My
not.
friend, the
pick it up.
camera was here before. What are you on about?
That's this camera and that camera, right?
So every time a new camera comes, you start.
Unfortunately, he made
You know something? I don't have time for this. Look,
he made mention of something. If you want to run away, you can run away.
No, it's not called running
But
away.
No, he's made mention
Seriously,
of something.
is that what you have been reduced to?
Hold on.
Run away?
Listen, we don't want to deceive the audience, right? As to say that I haven't presented the information. So at least allow the information to be heard on camera, right? That we also hold on.
So every time a new camera comes, you're going to repeat yourself.
I'm doing this specifically for COE.
You
Yeah,
can't
Oh, it's
specifically.
an
COE
important camera.
is
Very
important.
important.
It's not
Why
just
didn't
the
you say it like
camera.
that?
It's
Why
not
didn't you
just
say
the
it like that?
camera.
You know,
Just the
it's not just the
camera.
camera, it's the movement, baby. It's movement, baby.
Just the camera.
Anyways,
Not just the
so the
camera.
third part, right, where it talks about the Holy Spirit, yeah, you could blaspheme the Son, you could blaspheme, you could talk crud about anything, but don't blaspheme the Holy Spirit because the Holy Spirit is God,
Am
obviously,
I
right?
only one point? No, it doesn't mention anything about the Holy Spirit being
Being
God.
God, exactly.
All it mentions is not blaspheming.
Can-
Right?
I-
And
It's obviously
wait,
no. Because I'm finishing, right? Because it's obviously that some people don't understand the languages that they speak, right? The term blaspheme is to mean speak derogatory or speak against God. It's only for God. You dig what I'm saying? So it implies that he's God. But if you don't, that's not clear.
We
Talk to me.
require linguistic evidence for that.
For blasphemy.
Yeah, for to say that.
Okay, let me just do a dictionary, right? Don't complain because we could just do dictionary. I don't need to lie. Blasphemy.
What
Real quick.
dictionary are you going to draw from? Oxford Dictionary.
If we don't understand the words that we're speaking,
No, but it's not about words. We're speaking.
Maybe
we're
you should
speaking-
look up the
we're
word
speaking
God
about-
as well
We're speaking about.
in the dictionary.
We're speaking about linguistics, and we're speaking about.
get all different answers in
to
this.
speak
ancient.
impiously or reverently of God. Okay, cool. So we
Now
understand
look
that.
up God. Now look up God.
So we understand that the Holy Spirit
Hello,
here
look up God
is
now.
identified as God by Jesus. So it's either we sugar, or how can I put it? When you sugar pick, like when you just pick, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take that verse, right?
I'm saying.
Hold on. You're just taking one verse and say, listen, look. It says, you know, the only God, which it doesn't. It says the monad, which is the one God, right? That's just a title that's given to the Father.
That wasn't the point. I'm
Okay,
saying.
anyway, get to the point.
So the
because
point is,
ultimately you're going to show me 3 gods.
No, the point is, right? The point is you're sugar picking, right? You're just you're sugar picking. You just chosen one thing here to say, look, Jesus said, worship the one true God.
It's not in one place,
Right?
It's all over the Bible.
Hold on. Which he's identifying as the Father, right?
Yes.
Say, look, right there.
Believe in
he's
Jesus or believe in the Father?
Right there, he's identifying the Father as the one true God, right? That's cool. Worship the one true God, which is the Father. But it's not negating the fact that you have to worship the Word. You have to worship the Holy Spirit. That's not negating that fact.
It is.
Because in the other sentences, he's telling you that the Holy Spirit is God and that you should not blaspheme, i.e. speak irreverently about God.
Listen. If Jesus believes that there is only, if the Jews and Jesus and the Christians and the Muslims and everyone believes that there is only one God,
Yep.
listen to this, only one God,
Yep.
and then Jesus tells you who that one true God is,
He's speaking of one part of the Trinity, which is the Father.
now you know that's called the heresy of partialism.
No.
You don't even know these heresies,
Anyways.
which you are now somehow admitting
so-
here in
no,
this.
No.
Okay, so
I haven't spoken partialism. I just said
listen,
one part. That's all.
one part
So,
means
hold
partialism.
on. You don't even understand, right? The word for God in the Hebrew language is what?
tell us.
It's
Hebrew
Elohim.
language.
It's Elohim, yeah?
That's not the word
Which,
for God.
what is the word for God in Hebrew?
Oh, wait.
Please tell me, what's the word for God
wait.
in Hebrew?
When you say Elohim,
Please tell me, what's the word for
no,
God?
wait. When you say Elohim, when you say
you have the tetra.
Yeah.
The word for God. That's what I'm asking.
No, when
Word
you
for
say God,
Eli.
Eli is the word.
No, Eli is not the word for God.
Kalam, can I ask you?
That's not the word for God.
Do false gods call Elohim as well?
Of course.
Okay, so the word for God, one true God is what? Not the false God, the one true God is what? Because in Islam is Allah. What is it in Hebrew?
There is not a one word for one true
Ah,
God.
so you see,
That is a sentence.
that is where Islam is
there
now
is-
standing
there is
better.
That's a phrase. One true
Allah, you see-
God is a phrase.
Kalam.
There is not one
Kalam,
God,
look.
one word to say one true God.
Kalam.
Does that make sense to you?
Look,
You understand that?
Listen, in Islam, there's a term for false gods,
Yeah.
like Ilah,
Yeah.
which can use for false god and true god as well. But there is one term called Allah, which can never be used for false gods. It's always used for the one almighty true God. Okay?
L.
Now,
In fact, L is a reference to God.
Okay, so anyways,
El,
Yeah.
that word, sorry, the word, when you read Jibreel, that El, is referring to God. When you read Mikael, that is referring to God. So there's not, Elohim is not the, Elohim, like I said, is plural in fact.
yeah, that's right.
In
That's exactly what I said.
linguistic.
And when you go into Genesis 1:1, right, the first word that you identify as the word God is the plural Elohim. Right. You dig what I'm saying?
But if you go to
from
Hebrew-
hold on, let me finish. So from the very beginning, it's identified there is a pluralism within inside of the one God. But within inside of the pluralism, there is actually unity, right? Because your God is Ahad.
That's not a Jewish-
Ahad.
that's not a Jewish understanding
Listen,
of the
if
word.
you go to the Shema Israel, it tells you the God is Ahad. Doesn't mean Wahid, meaning one. It means Ahad, meaning unified.
Ahad could also
one.
mean what? No.
That's what it means.
Ahad does not